everybody. I just finished watching Scandal episode, whatever the hell it was. It should be just called Oh Shit, okay? Because even writing notes this time, my name's Ty She, by the way, in the beginning. And hi, everybody. But I'm like, oh shit, okay? It's one of the episodes that dropped like 4 bombs. And like I said, I've even tried chicken scratch writing some quick notes, and it was a lot because for one thing, it was doing a lot of flashbacks, and this time the flashbacks really was focusing on. It was one of the weird things that Liv wasn't, part of the flashbacks. It had to focus on Millie and the president, Mr. Fizz. Oh my gosh, woo, woo. Okay, I gotta start this, like I said, yo. But I think Jamelia TV. Shout out to her. Well, Jamelia was the one who stated we knew possibly Bill's mother was alive, and we go, oh Lord, okay. Now I'm gonna try my best to go through in and out the thing because there's so many flashbacks and I ain't got time for this shit. I'm just gonna go about what the hell in my head because that was too much back and forth, and I ain't trying to. That's too much stuff and stuff to be recognized. This ain't schoolwork. This ain't a test. Okay, so anyway, y'all, we got Millie back and forth. We're going to first start with Millie, but we're going to go and get this out the way with the current turns. Millie's doing it, they're trying to do damage control. Cyrus suggests this, like they do this interview, and she's, showing like they're doing some damn art museum and shit, and how happy-go-lucky, and we still a family that we're in together. And there's a part that she's supposed to go to the Oval Office, and he's not there. She thought he was supposed to be there. Later on, of course, she's pissed off and she's like, talking to Fizz, like, I'm supposed to be your partner. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to have my back and stuff like that, right? And there's one part where her and Cyrus are talking and they're trying to get a rid of hole from Mr. Church Lady's husband, to try to distract him. So hopefully they get something, that, they'll get the, Miss Church Lady and caught her in her bullshit, whatever they're trying to accomplish in her bullshit. And so they're trying to get a rid of, find a rid of hole, for that accomplishment. And then later on, the president, they're supposed to do interview. First, she didn't think he was going to make it. It was an interview they're supposed to go together and talking about going beyond the affair. And she was basically being tackled. The woman just asked her flat out, like, the lady with the interview. She was just like, you know what? That, sanity, what was the purpose of you airing their logic? She was about to say something, and then, Fizz, because remember she said in the previous thing, like I said, there was too many goddamn flashbacks, which is too much work, okay? And basically he was like this, this is my wife, stop attacking her. Yeah, y'all, that's actually ink for news. I sweat a lot of my hands in this condition. That's another story. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with our hands? Okay, I'll just slide this over here. I'm left-handed too, y'all. So we're just gonna put that down. I'm just gonna lean like this. Anyway, y'all, so we'll do this. Anyway, y'all, so he decides to defend her, and it's like, okay, I do have a back and stuff like that, of that nature. And you coming to her attack, we're together, we work on our problems, stuff like that, move on. So, in the last, current part, they're supposed to have this bar dinner, everything's going well to a certain extent, except, Church Lady's husband will not take the rent-a-hole, okay? Now let's go, oh my gosh, it's so much going on here. So we're going to go to the Millie and Fizz situation and go with that. Like I said, so much shit going on in this episode, y'all. It's good, but I'm just saying, it's a lot. So we're going to go back to I'm going to merge all the flashbacks with all this shit. Now, of course, I guess, this 15 years ago, Millie and Fizz are staying with the dad, visiting him or whatever, right? And this is after, of course, the plane was shut down and shit like that, shot down, and, the father covered up and stuff. And supposedly, what we find out later on, the reason why they sacrificed innocent people's lives was to stop a war so they can save more people's lives by killing enough other people. Yeah, you get the point. So, but before then, this is when we meet Cyrus with that beard. He had, that style going on. Whereas at the time he had that beard looking like maybe might have been the 80s, where it was popular to look like that. They had the synthesizers and, the other guitars and stuff that came out some techno music and shit for some 80s popular music soundtracks and shit. I mean, that's the look based on what they had him on in that time, doing Cyrus wrong and shit, how the way he was looking. So, like I said, the father feels like, why the hell did you go in the Navy? You could have went to, what I'm saying, I have all this power. You come from money. You trust fund, baby. Shit like that. Like, that was stupid of you to join the Navy. And then you fucking up shit. You're fucking up, people's money. Okay. You're messing with people's money. I got to cover you up and shit. But, Fizz wanted to break out of that rich baby, I'm better than people syndrome. He wanted to, help the country, and he wanted to fly planes. The father basically as usual, just like even back then and before. They showed him another flashback, I think, last season and shit. Like, you ain't shit. You my property. You my bitch now. I had to cover everything because you my bitch. Shut up. I said shut up. Okay. You will when I tell you to. Okay. So that's basically what I mean then. Cyrus at first, he was working on a plan because this is like I said, they're trying to build him so he can be ready for the government politics and stuff like that. But that's how it turns out. Cyrus, with his 80s, technical, I'm going for soundtrack, beard, is up there, had met him around that time, okay? So anyways, we find out that, Cyrus, okay, talk about DL. I know DL's usually, like, you hear returns of people, like minority man, particularly on the closet, but he is deep in the closet. Like when you can't find any person ain't breathing and shit in the closet, it's completely dark and the door's closed. When did y'all pay attention? When first he was about to leave and just say, I'm about to fuck with nobody's family business and stuff, and Millie was trying to stop him from leaving and stuff, right? He said, my wife. He said, wife. Okay, and because he'll say James is his husband. He ain't like, he'll say James is his husband. Okay, he said wife. Everybody pay attention to that. He was married to a woman at first. He was playing that lifestyle that he was heterosexual and he was a homosexual male. Okay, but he didn't say wife. Okay. So, but Millie said, because, Millie's like, Millie sacrificed a lot. And this kind of may explain why she is cold. And I'm about to get into it. Why she is colder than the Antarctic before the ozone layer started going downhill. Okay. So, what I'm saying is consider circumstance. I'm surprised she is not in straitjacket and padded walls. The shit that, because she sacrificed also. She was actually a lawyer and a partner, and she originally, I think, wanted to give the organization stuff. And the husband, Cyrus like this. Fuck that. He is now your charity case. You gotta work for him. You better work it, okay? You better do what the fuck you're going to sacrifice yourself so you can, that's the only way he's gonna work out as far as being his politics, of course, because if not, yeah, you see the die hand back, okay, y'all, whatever. But you know what? You are going to have to that is your whole case in life. It's like Fizz is her permanent case assessment, okay? And she's like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So she's talking to the dad, right? And at first they're talking a little bit about how to set up, something like that. And he admitted to her about the whole plane crash and really, set up and shot up all this people. Millie's like, the fuck? And then this damn Chris Hansen, how to crash a competitor ass motherfucker, rapes Millie. Okay? Sick ass motherfucker just rapes the child and shit. She's sneaking upstairs, shit, about to take a shower, and that's when all of a sudden, she lied and said she talked to dad. Fizz is all hugged up and stuff with her, talking about he just wished the dad was more supporting stuff with him, and maybe they can win government stuff, something like that. Because like I said, because I think when the plane shuts down, shit like that, what it was saying earlier, is the reason why he doesn't want to be known as a war vet, because, he know he fucked up. Whatever the reason is, and I guess he does feel bad about the bullshit, okay? And that's why he doesn't want to be known as a war veteran. But but Dad's like, early, like, before he did his Clint Hansen, how to catch cat ass motherfucking ass bullshit, okay? He ended up, like letting him know, like, that's all you got. You ain't shit. You ain't nothing without me. You know what? I made you ass motherfucker. I made you and take your ass out, okay? You ain't shit. I got status in this bitch. You don't have a status, okay? I'm status in this politic game or whatever. That's basically what the dad was letting him know. I got money and then I got leads. Okay. So after he did that shit, the next day, you got the dad basically trying to talk to, Millie, as if, they just, like it was a drunken night, he fell and she carried him upstairs, some shit, type of thing. Cause he's just like, oh, sorry, I got carried away. She was just like, you know what, let it go. whatever. And she basically gave him ultimatum, like, you know what, you be there for your son at least, gonna tell me, gonna support him. And he let her know, like, I guess it was supposed to be written in the contract that if the father, in emergency case, if he wants pussy from Millie, that he can take it, whether she wants to give it up or not, because he gonna tell her she's an ass, and she was like, I'm his wife. And then, Fizz comes back downstairs, and it kind of just like fades from that era, because I think, Millie was like this to make the father like basically say I'm supporting you. Something he was like, the dad was telling me, that he was gonna support you and stuff like that. But I mean, like I said, that's already some bullshit, right? And then, I don't know how long they were staying with each other. They must have been staying there a couple weeks or whatever, because it only takes 7 days for the concession stuff, shit, right? And then, like I said, I don't know how long they were staying there. But there was an event, right? Because that was I thought that was going to be, you would think it would kind of end the episode right there. Like I said, is zigzag. You have no choice but to go zigzag with this shit. So, they end up, saying, just wish she was going to drink wine because like Fizz knows she was pregnant. And then I'm thinking, he happy. And I'm sitting there like, who is the daddy? Is the granddaddy the daddy? I'm just like, ooh, shit. I think of them twins and stuff. Ooh, they surprised. They gave us an early Christmas. If y'all believe me, I believe Christmas, but they gave us some early presents. They gave us like I said, they going out with a bang, okay, with this shit right here. Whoo, Lord. Okay. I don't mean to say, Lord, oh, forgive me. I don't mean to say, Lord, listen, but what I'm saying is they are going out with a bang, okay? I did not expect this, but it was good, and I got a chance to watch this, okay? No, I'm a little extra hyper, but y'all seen that. So now, are we gonna cut into the next story? We're just gonna get to live. No. We're gonna deal with that bitch Quinn. I want petition. Go away, Quinn's at, and that's what the fuck you get. Okay, here's what the fuck happened with this bitch. She sits here and she's still fucking around with Charlie, and they already know she's trying to slide into that life and get in her business and keep fucking around and keep fucking with shit. She meets Charlie, and Charlie Richter said, I guess he got a potential person to try to he's pretending like he's a PR. And, I guess like trying to catch somebody or something, or, for the wife or some affair. But he's making it seem like I don't think like he's really trying to kill. So, he just gives a little appetizer taste, tease it with a little information. I think it turns out, for, afterwards. Now, this is when Liv, let's just bring this little part. Liv, first is, she, I think, now Jace is supposedly working with the gladiators at the moment because he's asking her, are she sure? Because the case is now she wants to investigate her mom shit, right? And because before she left the apartment and stuff, she, of course the phone's ringing, she's doing her breathing, and, President Fizz is trying to tell her, Liv, let me know that you're there. Let me know that you're there. I'm sorry about it, y'all. I'm putting lotion. This is just ignorant. This is lotion right here because y'all probably can see it. But anyways, y'all. She's sitting here, he's sitting like, let me know you're here. She, I do not know you. I'm surrounded by killers and torturers and everybody. I thought I knew everything about you, but I don't know you at all. And he's trying basically, no, like stop, don't mess with Jake or fuck with Jake and stuff like that. And she just basically don't want to really hear what the president is saying. She feels like she can't trust him because she feels like, as if, you're the reason why my mom is dead, so she kind of like, fuck you, pissed you off, you killed my mom and shit, right? So, after that, in between, like I said, after Quinn has met with Charles again, again, she keeps trying to sit here. Now, Huck is already kind of in the regular, like I said, that's why she in the position where she is right about now, okay? Hopefully, she gets, put off the show, okay? Because, here, she up there trying to justify to Huck and stuff that, I was right to know it was some material, some what's fishy going on. She trying to like justify why she busy keep going through shit. And Huck is just like, okay, we're meeting the conference, and basically just like, okay, leave me alone. How many fucking times she told leave me alone? Like I said, that's what they get. They knew she was stupid and gullible and was into stuff she ain't supposed to be into, and that is that. Because this is when Liv finally admits about the case and about her father has something probably to do with it and stuff like that, and might be the reason what gave her to kill her mom. The president got something to do with it. So of course, they said they're going support her and stuff like that, okay? But like I said, we all know now, most of us probably like Abby over Quinn now, based on like even Abby, like later on in the episode, in present time, she, knows lives upset because I think they found a possible lead because somebody who was um works in the airport when they're up there on the gate or directs the gate or to terminal, something like that, was saying some particular person that stand out or they took off the plane or something like that named Omar, stuff like that. So they're trying to find this dude named Omar and get information because she found it very suspicious, but they took it off records or something because they're starting to do interviews. And I think that's when Abby, I could be a little bit off right now, but but Abby was like, I'm going to give you a hug now because she just sees Olivia just so tuned out and all this stuff, and whoo, Lord, how it's going to happen with all this stuff, right? So, um, then that's what's occurring. But like I said, Quinn is trying to justify around this time, like, okay, like I had the right to go into somebody's shit I had no business going into and stuff like that. Okay, now Quinn is following Charlie when they're doing this case, and he puts on the wall and just kisses and stuff like that, whatever the case is. And then he said they should meet another time. So he makes it seem like as if in the end that he has these needles, and he basically, I don't know if he fucks in the car or just kisses in the car and make out, but that she's ready to go because he's going to pretend at first that he's going to go and get this pharmaceutical or get whatever person he's trying to get. But I think he was trying to make it seem as if really it might be killing, but it wasn't killing or whatever, or maybe just torture, or maybe just like knocking somebody out and getting information of them. I don't know, or just going to get some information. But he had, like I said, whatever he did in the car, this bitch decided to go in her damn self, whatever, right? And he's telling her directions, the security thing. And so when she lies and she's trying to, he has her sign in and stuff, whoever this person is, that it's a sign. I don't know if it has it. If it, I don't know this, I don't think. I think that might have been a real Omar person. I think that was. Like I said, there was so much going on, y'all. Y'all, please fill me in. So, anyways, when he goes to reach to get another pencil because she claimed her husband she left some material stuff like that. She stabs him with the hand, and then all of a sudden Charles hangs up on her, right? And here's Quinn, oh shit, whatever. And I'm thinking like, okay, what? And then instead of the guy, she first think he looked like he just knocked out. She thought it was like some tranquilizer shit. Oh no, the poor man falls on the ground. You start seeing foam, and he's bleeding blood, and obviously he's dying. She's just like, oh, she just runs out of there. And then she's trying to call Hulk Hogan, listening, and Charles comes at there and like, surprise, bitch, you're now a part of B16 Wonderland, shit like that, because he has his iPad just ready with the evidence to shows with the video, like, we got you that you did this murder, basically, like, okay, you belong to us, bitch, and that's what the fuck she gets. Bye-bye, Quinn, just get that broad off the show, because she will not be missed. Okay, so anyways, y'all, like I said, they try and do the rent-a-hole with the vice president that day. Now, James, like, made appearance twice. First, he was kind of mad about why he didn't get the exclusive, with the president and, Millie and shit. And he's just like, go on, whatever, don't worry about whatever. Then when they're at the ball, going back to the ball at almost towards the end, the present time, and they trying to use the rent-a-hole, when he's trying to wonder if the rent-a-hole gonna work with church ladies, the vice president, also known as Miss Little Church Lady's husband and stuff, because even before then, the vice president, I think Cyrus had spoke to her for a second and was trying to say, or Millie was trying to speak to her and say, like, there's something about your husband or something. Oh, my husband is, making it seem like there's nothing wrong with a husband and shit. But we do know in the first, remember, I think even the first season, that their daughter had an abortion, right? Yeah, so, and then it turns out, James trying to talk to, because, Cyrus trying to look in, because like I said, him and Millie hired the rent-a-hole to try to get, lure, church lady's husband and shit, because they know he a hoe anyway. And then next minute, he was kind of, the rent-a-hole said that, she couldn't get him, tice him or whatever, like, she was sitting here trying to, deliver the pussy like express mail, and he didn't want it. So, then all of a sudden, because James ends up telling Cyrus around this time that he got fired just an hour ago. So I don't know who's the cause of why Cyrus, James got fired. And then all of a sudden they was wondering, like, because Millie was like, that's not his type. And then all of a sudden I was like this, raising eyebrow stuff, when I seen in the corner when James, and all of a sudden you seen that the husband was more interactive and everything. He was a little bit extra happy being around James as opposed to this lady. So is it one of them things where we got another hit in the closet type of situations, and Millie was trying, I guess, to calm Cyrus down, like, no, that's not his type. That's not his type. But it might be his type. Might have married I wouldn't be surprised if the situation with church lady and shit like that. That it could be that situation. I wouldn't be surprised. Alright, so when that's going on, Jake is trying to find maybe the Omar guy, and it turns out they found out somebody got a head in them. Fizz is trying to find out the investigation file and sees the dad's file. Like I said, this is all going back and forth, y'all. I mean, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was already keep doing that, but it was kind of hard to like watch. And I ain't got time. I ain't gonna watch it 10 damn times because it's still gonna be the same damn thing. So, anyways, the father, now we see, the man and the monster, Eli Pope and stuff, Liv's dad is going to the jail, and they're saying, that I could have sworn they said Omar name, like, obviously that's a code or some shit, right? And all of a sudden, towards the second to last scene and shit, we see, when he's going to see the prisoner, right? And he's sitting down, and I'm thinking going to torture, I think this Omar person or whoever got some, I thought first they could have sworn they said the Omar, or they got this person other name is impossibly being a male. And then, we look and say your daughter's asked about something like that or something else, and it turns around, and it's Liv's mom, okay? Even though it wasn't a surprise when it came, but I mean, damn, it's like less than just she was dead last week, and now so she laughed. I just thought that maybe later on, like I said, Jamelia said, and, maybe she would have came later on, like towards the season break or when they have the other season and stuff like that. No, I'm like, and then on top of that, is she supposed to be like insane? Why? And then we gotta know why she in jail, and I understand why they had Candy looking like that, Candy Alexander, doing and stuff like that. I mean, I guess we'll know, because we don't know whether it's prison, or it's like she's mentally ill, she's prison. We will see, but I mean, like I said, this was a packed episode. Like I said, I think I covered everything. Let's see, consider circumstances, yeah. I think I got everything, y'all. So that's it for this evening. Have a pleasant evening, pleasant weekend, day, night, and rate, like, comment, subscribe. I know the same thing, and share if you can. Thank you for, subscribers, future subscribers, and I'm just going to keep on doing what I love to do. One of the things I love to do in this, talk about TV shows and stuff. Y'all have a lovely evening. Thank you for all y'all support. Thank y'all. Sexual chocolate. Y'all have a good night.